Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to continue to have a look at the latest on the severe thunderstorms that are coming up today, tomorrow, Tuesday and even into Wednesday as well. We've got numerous yellow warnings in force for these thunderstorms starting in the north and west today, spreading more widely over the next few days. We still do have a lot of heat around, and the thunderstorms being triggered by the breakdown of this heat wave. We could still see mid-30s today and even low 30s perhaps in a few regions tomorrow before it does cool down widely around Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday time. We could be seeing quite a few issues with these thunderstorms. As I said, there are yellow warnings in force with the ground so hard, with us having it being in drought conditions quite widely. The soil, this hard packed soil, can act as almost as concrete when it is like this. So we could even see, I can't believe it, issues with flooding over the next few days, some flash flooding from these storms. But hopefully though, we do see widespread rainfall. Hopefully it's not too severe and we can alleviate some of the drought conditions we do have at the moment. So we will have a look at the radar, we'll have a look at the live radar, we'll go through the weather warnings, we'll have a look at the latest on the top temperatures today, and then we'll go through a few models, have a look at the thunderstorm risk, looking at the Cape charts as well, looking at the energy available, and then we'll finish up having a look at the ensembles, just to keep up to date with the mid to longer range as well. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. So if you start on the live radar, you can see at the moment it is widely dry, but we do have a big storm system developing in the north and the west at the moment, in parts of Northern Ireland and into parts of western Scotland. And this is where we have yellow warning in force today, and this area of thundery activity is going to continue through the afternoon, and these are the scenes we could be seeing more widely tomorrow and through the rest of the week. And you can see across parts of France where it has been very dry recently, rain is falling, some thunderstorms, and this is the low pressure system starting to develop, which will push up from the south, giving us more widespread precipitation across the British Isles. But still, it is widely very dry today, and it's still very, very hot. I'm recording this around 12:30, getting towards 1 PM, and you can see those temperatures are widely in the high 20s, low 30s, some areas in around the London area, where you see these pinky colours, that is into the low 30s, 31, 32 degrees, and it's just going to rise into the afternoon, perhaps 34, 35, or even 36 degrees is possible. We did reach 34.9 degrees in Charlwood yesterday, so if you haven't seen that poll I put out a few days ago, guessing the top temperature of it so far, we can round that up to 35, so those who put 35 are correct so far. We could still breach that today. I don't know if we will reach 36, but I still think 34, 35 is possible today. But it is widely still very hot, but it's cooling down where we are seeing those thunderstorms. And you can see across France as well, that cooler air with those thunderstorms, and it's going to cool the air down significantly when these showers and storms move through. And you can see France at the moment are in the low 20s quite widely, especially in central and western parts. So it is cooling down, but we could see some big risks from these thunderstorms. So if we do have a look at the weather warnings, you can see today we have yellow thunderstorm warnings in force and an amber extreme heat warning still in force for many parts of England and Wales, but that does expire this evening. So you can see further details. You can see the thunderstorm warning has been updated since I last posted, and you can see warning start time brought forward and curtailed at midnight. Separate warning come into force beyond this. So again, while some places stay dry, hit and miss thunderstorms will develop on Sunday, potentially bringing disruption in places. I'm not going to be able to go through all these warnings in detail, just because there are so many spanning the next 4 days. But if you are interested, do check out the Met Office website and have a look at their warnings. But yeah, we've got yellow warning for thunderstorm in Scotland and Northern Ireland at the moment, and we saw by the live radar we do have thunderstorms there, so it is correct so far. If we do head into Monday, we still have widespread warning across Scotland and Northern Ireland, but then a widespread warning across all of England and Wales from 10 AM until midnight tomorrow. Hit and miss thunderstorms likely to develop through Monday, producing torrential downpours for some and possible disruption. Again, hit and miss is the big thing there. So not all areas are going to see it, but as we'll see with the computer models in a second, we'll be able to see where the most likely areas are. Already some showers to start the day, but these likely to become more widespread and heavier through the late morning and afternoon, lasting into the evening in places. Some counties are likely to miss the worst of these storms, but where they do occur, slow-moving torrential downpours could produce 20 to 30 millimetres inside an hour and 40 to 50 millimetres in a few hours. Hail and frequent lightning could also pose an additional hazard. High impact, low likelihood. If we move to Tuesday, still have this widespread yellow thunderstorm warning, again from midnight or midnight on Monday night until midnight on Tuesday, while some places will stay dry, others are likely to see thunderstorms during Tuesday with torrential rain bringing some disruption. So this warning was extended this morning to extend further southwards and eastwards. I did see it last night, and I was surprised to see the south and the east excluded from it, but it is now included, as we'll see in a minute with the models. They are having those storms break out widely. While some places will miss them, thunderstorms, an area of heavy rain, will develop quite widely on Tuesday across much of England and Wales. 20 to 30 millimetres of rain is possible within an hour, but where areas of thundery rain become slow moving, some places could see 50 millimetres in less than 3 hours. There is a low probability that higher totals could occur in a few spots over the course of the day, while hail and frequent lightning are likely additional hazard for some places. There is considerable uncertainty at this stage in regional and county level focus. So yeah, could be very, very hit and miss storms. Some areas could get absolutely smashed, other areas could see very little. So it is very much still up in the air, and we'll have to update this again tomorrow to see the risk for Tuesday. If we look at Wednesday, before I move on to Wednesday, so I do think Tuesday is going to be the highest risk widely, as we'll see in the models in a minute. So do mark that in. Tuesday could be quite a disruptive day for storms. And Wednesday, we do finally still have a thunderstorm warning in southern England from 9 AM until midnight. While some places will stay dry, others are likely to see thunderstorms with torrential rain during Wednesday afternoon. Again, while most places will miss them, thunderstorms and areas of heavy rain will quite widely develop on Wednesday across southern England. 20 to 30 millimetres of rain is possible within an hour, but where areas of thundery rain become slow moving, some places could see 60 millimetres in less than 3 hours. A few spots could see more rainfall than this, while hail and lightning may be additional hazards. Again, high impact, low likelihood. Again, those Tuesday and Wednesday warnings, I do think they will be confined. Tuesday could even see an amber warning put in force. Just looking at what we'll see in the models in a second, there are significant risks on Tuesday for some quite severe storms and quite widespread heavy rain, which some people will be overjoyed with, as it should give some rain for everyone's gardens, for the grass and crops as well, and also hopefully should alleviate these drought conditions a little bit. So we are in hosepipe bans for many areas at the moment, but hopefully some precipitation will be able to reduce that length of time. But we do need, for those hosepipe bans to go, we do need persistent rain over a number of weeks and next few months in general. So a few days of thunderstorms is not going to break it, but it will go a long way to helping it at least. Now, if we do look at the maximum temperatures, again, I'm recording this after 12 p.m. So we've got the 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Observations. Again, these temperatures will rise until about 3 p.m. but widely 31 to 32 degrees. Charlwood again leading us at 32 degrees, but also Northolt and the Mildenhall Royal Air Force Base and Heathrow at 31.8. So wouldn't be surprised to get to 35, maybe even 36, but I do think we will break yesterday's 34.9, just looking at this at the moment. As long as we don't see any hit and miss thunderstorms break out, because the instability is starting to arrive, there could be a few thunderstorms anywhere really today, but I don't think they're particularly widespread. They're not going to be widespread at all, just perhaps a few hit and miss here or there, and again, especially in the north and the west. So I do think we will reach 34, maybe even 35 degrees again today, so it's going to be a very hot, oppressive day once again. Now, if we do go onto the computer models and have a look at the latest from the UKV, if we do run through the precipitation, and then we'll also have a look at the temperature as well, and then we'll run through the WRF and the ARPEGE, have a look at the Cape and precipitation. So, you can see thunderstorms breaking out in the north and west this afternoon, a bit more widespread than the UKV is making it out to be, and you can see a few hit and miss showers and storms elsewhere, maybe in North Wales, Northern England, maybe even central southern. You could see an isolated shower here or there. And as we head into tomorrow, more widespread thunderstorms start to break out. Heavy showers initially, but could turn thundery through the afternoon in a few places. You can see they are just isolated. Could be seen areas of storms across central southern Ireland, central southern England, southwestern parts of England, and through the central belt of Scotland. Could see some very heavy rain there as well. But as I said, it's Tuesday's risk. Those showers develop, and then as we head through Tuesday afternoon, look at that widespread thunderstorms breaking out. Northern England could be severely affected. Central England, western parts, all areas, really widespread conditions with thunder activity, and it's all moving northwards, turning to potentially a multi-cell system there through the afternoon for eventually clearing out into the North Sea. And then through Wednesday afternoon, you can see those storms breaking out in the south and the east once again, before Thursday is a little bit more mundane, drier, and brighter, with some precipitation heading in from the west in the form of weather fronts, but it most likely won't make too much progress southwards and eastwards. The air mass will be changing though. You can see it is still a warm air mass later this working week, but it's nowhere near as hot as the air mass we have at the moment, where it's mid to high teens, up towards 15, 16, 17 or 18 degrees at 850 HPA. So still low to mid 20s is possible, not the low to mid 30s we have at the moment. If we do look at those 2 meter temperatures, you can see this afternoon temperatures perhaps peaking in around that low to mid 30s, 34, 30, 35 degrees is possible, but widely that 32 to 33 degree range. Tomorrow could still be very hot in a few places in the Far East, could still reach 28, 29 or even 30 degrees and still widely mid to high 20s. But where we have those thunderstorms occurring further westwards, back down towards the low teens, maybe high teens, low 20s. But do remember though, the thunderstorms will dictate these temperatures widely. Again, on here it could be zone 22, 23, but it could actually be in reality 30 degrees, because the thunderstorms the UKV is forecasting here are slightly further eastwards or slightly further westwards, or don't materialise at all. So we always have to take that into account when we see these charts where the temperatures are very much dependent on the storm and cloud amounts. So do take that into account. Your weather app may show 25 degrees, it may actually be 28 degrees in reality if we don't see the cloud and the storms pop off as much in that region. And equally, it could be cooler if those thunderstorms and cloud amounts are higher than the models are predicting at the moment, because it is a very volatile situation. Convection is very difficult to forecast, so we do have to take that into account. As we head into Tuesday, it's a little bit more clear cut, because the storm activity is a little bit more forecast, is more widespread, and you can see still in the Far East where we do miss it a little bit, it could be 27, 28, but widely high teens, low 20s. And into Wednesday, still low 20s, mid 20s maybe, but more widely high teens. And Thursday, a drier day, back more towards average, low 20s, high teens or widely, sort of average summer conditions. So we have a dry day for many, especially in central and eastern areas, and it is, of course, air mass back down towards average. So Thursday looking more of a typical summer day, but we've got a lot of stuff going on over the next few days. Still some heat today, potentially tomorrow, and then widespread thunderstorms from this afternoon, or at the moment in northwestern parts, and through tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday. So if we do go onto the WRF and have a look at the Cape charts, again, this is the energy available to unstable particles of air. So this is the most unstable Cape. So once you've got a particle of air rising, you've got a bit of instability. This is the energy available to that particle of air, and again, can be widely associated with all rising air when we do start to get an updraft forming. So once we get those showers forming, this is the energy available. And you can see across northwestern parts, Northern Ireland, we can see there is significant Cape this afternoon, and that's why we're seeing that such heavy rain and thunderstorm activity. Remember, Cape always doesn't produce thunderstorms, but it means there's a higher chance that the shower is higher in intensity, and higher intensity produces lightning. So we also do have to take that into account, but Cape does normally equate to higher intensity. So you can see that in the north and the west today. Could be quite severe tonight, real high levels of Cape there through western parts and southern parts of Scotland. But as we head through tomorrow, more widespread Cape does develop quite widely across northern England, maybe southern England as well. Again, these positions can slightly move, but where showers occur within this higher level of Cape, they will be quite severe. And it's as we head into Tuesday where you see widespread Cape. Nothing, just clicked on the wrong thing there. Nothing too crazy, but it's widespread Cape amounts, which means widespread storm activity, widespread heavy rain, and this is where we could see multi-celled systems develop, not just pop-up storms. So we have to see exactly how Tuesday does play out, because you see by the UKV it is pretty severe there, and beyond that into Wednesday, still some Cape in the south, and that's why there's still a storm risk there. If we do look at the precipitation from this WRF run, you can see this afternoon those storms breaking out across western parts of Scotland, already a bit more severe than the WRF is making it out to be. So already in reality it's a little bit more intense, so take that into account as well. As we head through into Monday, storm activity again in the northern areas, and potentially through central areas as well through the afternoon, just developing widely still. And through Tuesday, still storm activity. You can see widespread storm activity there through Tuesday evening into the afternoon as well, before eventually petering out overnight, and Wednesday some more storm activity in the south. So you can see widespread heavy showers and thunderstorms there. Again, it's very difficult to pinpoint, but at this stage you've got a decent idea the north and west is going to be impacted the most today and probably tomorrow, but further areas further southwards and eastwards could see some storms tomorrow. Of course, we do have a warning in force, but as you saw by these models so far, it is not quite as severe as Tuesday could be, with Tuesday being a very widespread risk. Now, if you look at the ARPEGE and look at the most unstable Cape as well, again, through northern and western areas this afternoon and evening, Cape is quite significant. And then as we head into Monday afternoon, again, widespread areas of Cape where showers develop within this could be quite severe through southern Wales, southwestern England, potentially through the East Midlands and into northern England as well. And then it's through Tuesday, a widespread slither of Cape through the central areas. There could be some severe thunderstorms breaking out there. Of course, being slow moving could dump a lot of rain in a short period of time, and this is where we could see flooding issues. Beyond that, the Cape still is in the south through Wednesday, but not too bad, just generally along the south coast into parts of Kent, before eventually things do quieten down into Thursday. Now, after you finish up for the short range models and have a look at the precipitation charts from the ARPEGE, again, those severe thunderstorms breaking out in northern and western parts, that continues over the coming hours, and eventually you see again more storms breaking out through Monday afternoon through central areas and northern and western parts again. And then into Tuesday, again, a widespread risk through that central belt, through England, East Anglia, down in towards southwest. You can see there's very heavy precipitation there. That is quite a significant potential storm risk there. Heavy rain, stationary for a good few hours, could produce a lot of rain in a short period of time. Again, it's on Tuesday, so we'll have another update tomorrow looking at it. But at this stage, it could be really, really quite severe indeed. Now, as we head beyond that into Wednesday, you can see another risk of storms breaking out in the far south and the southwest. But again, they only just come on shore, so only areas to the south of England could be affected by that. But it is still Wednesday, so still things can change. But we have got a yellow warning in force for that, before eventually things do die down and come a little bit more settled. So you can see widespread storm risk over the next 4 days, very hit and miss. I would be surprised if many areas escaped without any precipitation over the next few days. But whether you see these intense storms or not, it is very, very uncertain. Again, we will keep you updated with the weather warnings over the next couple of days, especially with that risk on Tuesday where it is more widespread. But still, tomorrow could be a surprise for central and eastern areas, with there being some storms forecasted from these models. So yeah, severe conditions coming over the next few days, so to keep up to date with the warnings. And of course, the best thing to have a look at if you are worried about storms is the live radar. The storms are slow moving, so if storms are 50 miles away from you, it's unlikely you'll be affected. But there are 5-10 miles away, then they could start to become an issue. So do keep an eye on the live radar over the next couple of days. If you are planning to go out, just have a quick flick onto the live radar on the Met Office app or the weather channel. Just have a look on those apps looking at the live radar, and you'll be able to see where those storms are popping off and if you need to take a brolly or change of plan. So do keep up to date with that. So if you finish the video, but just have a look at the ensembles. Now, we will just briefly update this. This is the 6 o'clock London ensembles. You can see very warm at the moment, trending back towards average over the next couple of weeks. If I do zoom out briefly there so we get a better view. Again, very hot, as I said, but returning to around average, maybe slightly above average in the longer term. So the last week of August could be hot. You can see some consistent signals there that could be back above average. August does look like it is developing into a very, very warm month. You can see, though, from around Monday, widely in London, you can see significant, or Monday, Tuesday time, significant precipitation. Again, hit and miss storms, so not guaranteed for all areas, but yeah, could be some quite severe conditions there over the next couple of weeks. And if we do look at the ECMWF ensembles, just to compare, again, very similar in the longer term, very warm, a good 3, 4, 5 degrees above average. So yeah, it could be very, very interesting there. And precipitation does look widely high as well over the next couple of weeks. It does look like this might not be the last heat we see in August. I do think it'll be the last sort of 35 degrees we see, but couldn't rule out low 30s towards the end of the month. And it does look like there will be some significant rain in the form of showers and storms, not only over the next few days, but looking at the ensemble charts, could be over the next couple of weeks as well. So anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you stay safe out there in the heat today and the heat tomorrow in the east. And of course, if you are in these thunderstorm warnings, which most people are over the next few days, do take necessary precautions. Do check the live radar. If you are seeing a significant storm risk, do make sure you do bring a brolly or change your plans to avoid the storms. So anyway, as I said, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.